something to record rather than?
I probably
doing
will
your
learn how to
videos?
do that, but right now I'm not that smart.
Okay,
I'm doing what I know.
all right.
Ask one of the little kids.
Yeah. There's some things
But they have iPhones.
there's things
They
that
don't
I'm
have-
getting involved with a little bit that Natalie and Skyla and Russell don't know how to do.
Oh, aren't you proud?
Who knows if it's any worthwhile at all. But the kids might know how to know it pretty quick. Maddie sounds like she knows.
She messed up our television, and I said, "Give me that thing. You just messed it up, blah, 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 blah." And I kept trying to do it, and she said, "Give it here." She fixed it right up. I said, really?
And don't mess it up again.
Yeah, leave it alone.
Had she changed it to a kid program or
I don't
something?
remember what she did. No, she had changed it to another. No, I could do that, but like it was Netflix or Amazon. It was something strange that she had done, a different thing, and I couldn't get it back to the regular. Sad to say.
Okay, sorry to.
Okay,
Rake it up.
They had a Marine.
Well, that was later. I was 15, 16. I was even older than that. I lost. Do you remember when I had school gear?
I do. I remember you making lead weights in the basement.
Yep.
I remember the tanks.
I had a full dry suit, which was pretty unusual. Front entry dry suit. I dived underneath Lake Michigan in the icy weather.
Wow.
And I was swimming with it. I was probably 17, and the regulator got jammed with either frozen water or something. And I had to drop the tanks and swim for it. So I swam out. And
How
I knew-
far down were you?
I wasn't more than a couple hundred yards off the beach. I was at 79th Street Beach. I don't know if you ever went there, Rainbow Beach. And
Was that a gay beach? Rainbow?
no, it wasn't. And Dad was pretty new to the Marine fleet. The city of Chicago never had a Lake Michigan police department. They always park districts patrolled the lake, and then there was just nothing. And somewhere along the line, they decided to buy a bunch of boats. They had 3 big power boats, 36 footers, and test all these guys. And Dad was pretty proud of himself because of his military training in the Navy. They put him right at the top of the list as far as candidates. But all of them had to pass swimming and life-saving courses.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd already passed my life-saving courses when I was 16. And Dad, of course, by that time, whatever year that was, when I was 17, let's say, he was way overweight, drinking, smoking, and only had 50% of his lungs.
Oh, this was after 51 then, so.
Oh yeah, this was, I was 17. So this would have been,
If I was 7, that would have been 1960. Wow.
and so I went home, told Dad I lost my tanks. I mean, I paid for them, it had nothing to do with him. And he said, well, you come down to Rainbow Beach, and there was ice on the water. He said, and I'll see if I can get the city divers to go in and look for them.
Oh.
And so they thought that was big sport. And Marty Ryan got on that same
Oh, yeah.
thing. Dad got him.
Was he in the Coast Guard too?
No, Marty never did anything. He played football for Notre Dame. That was it.
Oh.
Oh.
But they dove for a couple hours out there, and I wasn't on the boat. I wasn't allowed to get on the boat, but I was. They'd come over and say, "Where were you when this happened?" And I said, "Right out there, you know, da da da." And the way I had rigged it all, the weights and tanks were all on one harness, so once I broke the weights loose, I could drop the harness and swim. So, never found them, so that was the end of my that particular couple-year experiment. But Dad was on that patrol for at least 3 years, and Marty was in charge of one of the boats one night, and they ran it aground.
Oh.
This was a friend of Dad's that was a goofy guy.
Rocky ground or sandy ground?
I don't know those circumstances. All I know is he ran it aground, and it could have been it could have been on a jetty or something. Didn't sink the boat, but they ran it aground. But they had some. It was the beginning of it, so they had some strange experiences. I hear about them. But Dad's first notoriety is when he'd saved somebody when he was 16 years old, 17 years old. And those people,
How did he save them?
he was a lifeguard, City Park District, Lake Michigan, and he swam out and saved a kid. And the article was, Martha had the article for a while, and then he eventually was on the Park District Police. That wasn't too many years after they got married, probably 40 or 30, I think. They got married in 34, 33. And he was on the Park District right after that. And that was when, during the Depression, they didn't get paid in money, they get paid in script. And they had to redeem it. They'd get, script was an IOU, and no bank would take it. So they would have to go to a local grocery store and try to swap out. The guy would give them $25 worth of groceries for a $50 IOU.
Wow.
And then Mom said they ate horse meat during the Depression.
Really?
It wasn't unusual at all. Horse meat was very common then.
From the butcher?
I don't know who he was from. I don't know if horse meat was legal then or not, but she said it was very good to eat. She never complained about it.
Cow, horse.
Well, it's leaner. There's no fat usually on horses. It's very red meat, very bloody.
Brine it.
He rode a motorcycle for them, and just before the war, he got into a parked car that was, when I say park, I mean it was the Park District. The city of Chicago had their own police department, and it was the first radio communication vehicle. This 37, 38, somewhere in there. And there's an article of him standing in front of the car, two guys, one on each side, and the article describes it as the first radio communication, two-way radio in the city of Chicago or something.
I guess that's significant because it was not a tiny police force, was it?
Well,
Pretty good size.
the Park District was small compared to the city of Chicago.
Oh, okay. The first one for the Park District.
Well,
Okay.
it didn't say that exactly, but it said the first one.
Oh,
So
okay.
it could have been the first one for the whole city for all.
Oh.
But there was an article, and it was in one of the, Mom made, when she made books, she had them kind of separated in their first marriage trips when they went through the Smokies and went down to New Orleans in 31 and all, when they first got married in 33 or whatever. And then there was 5-10 year period, and then a lot of pictures of Dad and a lot of things that they did together. And then later, the kids came along, and then the albums changed.
They traveled a lot. That seems
Well,
strange
yeah.
back then. They just traveled for fun.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
That's where they first went to New Orleans and started eating oysters down there
Oh,
right after they were married. And we went, so whatever trip they were on, Mom and I think Martha, no, I don't think Martha was even born then, but they'd stayed in a house in the Smoky Mountains. And in '51, we took the first, I told you we had 2 convertibles. Martha, the 4 of us, went through the Smokies, spring break, and the conversation was, well, should we go back to the house that we stayed in 1937 or 38, whenever it was. And of course we're sitting in the back seat with the top down riding in spring break, riding through the Smoky Mountain, and snow's coming down. And we're sitting back there all bundled up, and they got the heater sitting up in front, and they're smoking away. And it was like a Lucky Strike commercial. I can still remember them sitting there smoking, and the windows all rolled up, and the snow coming down. I'm 8 years old, and Martha's, she's
Older.
15. Yeah, she's a big girl.
did you guys have blankets or you?
Oh, we were all bundled up. I had a leather coat back then. I can remember the leather coat. So we finally go through the Tennessee mountains. We were way down, maybe into Georgia. I'm not sure exactly where it was. And we're going up this. They're getting all excited. We finally pull up to this house, and it was not a whole lot more than that log cabin. But it had
Which one?
the one we were in today, the log cabin.
oh,
It wasn't a
okay.
whole lot more than that.
Okay, okay.
And
The intricate.
there was the bottom was either storage or a garage, but it was closed up, and there was a balcony around the top. And we pull in the yard with the convertible, and some old guy comes out. Can I help you? She said, "Well, we stayed in the they called it the carriage house. Well, it was a 1-bedroom thing over a garage."
Ah.
And all this time they've been talking about it, and they'd ridden horses for the whole week they were there. And so I'm all set for riding horses. Martha's 15, she wants to ride horses.
Yeah.
And we get there, and this old guy comes out, and he said, they said, "Well, we stayed in the carriage house. Is that still available?" "Well, you could stay up there, I guess." And it was a long pause up there, and I'm sure they hadn't rented or done anything in that thing for a long time.
Oh, no.
And I'm still sitting there back there, when are we going to ride the horses, and everything. And
We have a goat, but not a horse.
oh, there was everything all over. It was just a mess. It was just the most rundown farm you could imagine, with implements and
Animals.
animals. Yeah.
Had it been that way in '37?
Not
Apparently
from
not.
their description. But then
No.
again, they were young married lovers, and
Just married a couple years then.
yeah. So, whatever was there was probably pretty nice to them. And eventually, Mom said, "No, we're just remembering things. We're gonna move on."
Oh, he didn't even stay. Huh?
No, and it's not.
Good.
Did you get to see inside the cabin?
No. It was.
You could tell from the
Oh,
outside.
you could tell there was that the house never had been painted, and there
So
was
it's
just
been
weeds.
15 years or more, huh?
Yeah. And we stopped in Washington D.C. We did a big trip. Went to see. I had a card from the senator from Illinois. We went up to see Douglas. What was his name? Douglas?
Dirksen?
No, I don't think it was Dirksen. But
Was there a Douglas and a Dirksen at the same time?
yes,
Okay.
Yeah. I can't think of Douglas's first name. But we went up and we sat in the Senate.
Oh,
We were up in the bleachers up there.
this would be in Springfield?
No, state capitol,
DC.
D.C.
Oh, they were U.S. representatives.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And
I remember hearing Dirksen during an election. I said something like, No, I don't have any concerns with this. The constituencies down south will come in later and I'll be fine. Anyone.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that was 1960 or what.
Yeah.
64.
I had a card.
He was getting old by then.
Yeah, I had a card that I was I don't remember, a junior member of the Congress or whatever it was.
Huh.
And I had it for a long time. I probably might even still have it for all I know.
Probably do if you ever had it.
Douglas Dirksen had a deep, gravelly voice, and he would narrate things. There was some album that I saw later, or maybe it was later on, maybe after Away from the House, where he was reading, I don't know, the preamble to the Constitution or the Gettysburg Address or something like that, in a oratory kind of thing, you know, like Red Skelton would do with the Pledge of Allegiance.
You're done.
Yes, thank you. That later.
Are you going to sing for us?
I could
Do
try.
you sing with the piano or with the guitar?
Usually with the piano, I'm more comfortable there. The guitar, piano I can play pretty much any note or key. I just slide up and down. With guitar, there's some B I have a hard time with.
Todd plays the guitar and sings.
Yeah, I didn't hear him sing. I saw him do some guitar, kind of a Spanish guitar.
Doesn't he sing too?
Cool.
Runs in the family.
Not through me.
No, it passed you, but have you heard your brother sing?
Yeah, we sing together, Martha and all three of us. had
Oh,
some-
really?
Yeah, at the piano.
Oh, Martha and Jim, and Martha and Jim can harmonize beautifully.
She hasn't been able to sing for quite a few years.
20 years almost, probably. Yeah.
Had really been 20?
It's been a long time because the last time she was wanting to sing is when almost when she was still living in that basement apartment.
Really? Diversity? Oh, that's way back.
Well, then she was taking the guitar and she was going to old people's homes and singing. And I
Yeah, 'cause
taught
she
her.
sang
She was-
with us at Bella Vita Ranch
Yeah,
there.
yeah, she was still singing, but she wasn't enjoying it as much. She said when she was doing that, she enjoyed having the older people. You know, she was going to retirement home, and I taught her Eskimo song that she finally found out after 10 years that I taught her the wrong words to the song. I said, well, that's how I learned them when I was 10 years old.
Well, there probably were 5 different versions of it around the different
Yes,
campfires.
Sing it for us, Rich.
I did.
That was all of
But
it?
Kelly and Carrie could sing it, and they learned it from their dad.
Yeah.
But it would have been like 89 or 1990 when Martha and Natalie and I, were you up there too, or you were the director at the time?
Yeah, activity director.
But Martha,
But I didn't
Natalie and I
sing.
sang some songs,
I was,
and
well, maybe I did. I don't
and
know.
at the end, I said, well, there's one other song I wanted to try. I haven't done yet. I had learned it from a Jimmy Dean album that Martha probably gave me, or someone gave me. And it was an old Carolina Moon.
Ooh.
And so I sang that, and everybody loved that. It was old time stuff, and they all knew that one. But I'm good if I stay down deep, so I don't sound so nasal, and if it has a range of about 5 notes, I'm pretty safe. When I have the 6th note, oh no.
Shiloh was sure excited about her piano. She said, I'm going to teach the girls how to play and all that. So.
I have a hard time working with the organ because I don't have the control with the pedal on the floor. You can gently hit it, put the pedal down, and just let it hold, and then when you want some more music, you can hit it again and hold it, and that thing is on off noise. So it's kind of blink, blink, or if you hold it down, it's maybe a little louder than you'd like.
Richard got me a keyboard, and it was much like the organ, so I bought a pedal.
Did
So
that
now
help?
Oh yes, it's like a piano now. You
So
can hold it.
sustain. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I figured good thing to try that and see if they have an interest in it. And I don't know if she can. that one song she likes, if you find a song that a kid likes, they'll play it over and over and over again, like Heart and Soul or Peter Pumpkin Eater or something like that.
What does she like?
Well, she likes this fight song. This is my fight song. I'm all right song. It's kind of a you know. And I had two of them I was going to sing when they and Ella came up here, and I was going to ask them which one they liked better. So the first one I did was a Shania Twain song, which is a kind of a wedding song. I can't wait to be married to you or something like that. And Ella was liking it, but all day I was just giggling the whole time through, and she didn't like it. And but the second one was the fight song. Oh yeah, she started standing up. Yeah, what's the words on there? And Ella said, I like them both, but she kind of liked the first one better.
Did you take piano lessons?
Yeah.
How long did you take lessons?
Till I got bigger than Mom.
Okay, a long time. So you play well.
I I'm really slow at sight reading. Slightly faster if it's key of C.
Yeah, well.
Or maybe G. Yeah, it has one sharp in there. But when you get to these, church music, which I enjoy, sometimes has 4 flats in it.
Yeah.
I just transpose those to 3.
Well, I do a lot of transposing too to make it easier, but mostly I transpose
I
it
don't
to
like
my
that.
range.
Yeah.
And my range is different in the morning. I have about 3 more notes in the morning than in the afternoon. So sometimes I'll print a song, morning voice, turn it over, same song, afternoon voice. But I'm not very good at Neil Sedaka range or Simon and Garfunkel range. I like trying to sing that, but I sound really silly. Like a bridge over. And that song I actually had learned in high school and in college.
Yeah.
So that was about 10 songs I knew.
It's like I haven't played in a long time. So you get rusty on it. But after you get into it again, it'll.
I had one from the Sting movie as a Joslin, Frederick Joslin. Do 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 do.
Well, that's The Entertainer. That's my favorite song. And
I could play that.
I can't
I had
too.
I
You
had
have
it.
it?
I don't. I maybe have the music, but it might take me a while to find. But I can't play it anymore. Boom, boom, bum,
Oh yes, that's the one I can play good.
Someone else started playing it. She said, that's my song. You got to get a different
Yeah.
song.
Well, I don't have that anymore.
Well, the whole family was at the house, and so I played that one. And
I learned another one too. That do 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 boom 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 boom.
But the
It was
other
a
one
song
is
that
like
was playing
Fleur-de-Lis.
when he was melancholy. I guess the girl in the diner that was supposed to be his assassin or his and he went to bed with her, and then so that was the song of the assassin or something like that. It was supposed to be melancholy.
Fleur-de-Lis.
Is that Brahms or is that
No, it
Beethoven?
was like you would know it.
Yeah, I would know it.
It's somebody's ringtone. If she would call me, I could.
Do do do. No.
Something. Yeah, you got it. Well, so one of them played that,
Do, do,
and then Christy played something else. And I said, Chris, did you know your wife can play the piano? He says, oh, she knows that one song. It's like, it's more than you know. But he sings. He sings really well. At his brother's, my sister's son's wedding, they had a band, a DJ, and we were talking around, and I heard a song. I thought, boy, I'm liking that. And it was my nephew. I didn't even know he could sing. My sister was a really good singer, and he was. Both of the boys are. But what was he? Let's Get It On, or something like that. He sounded just like the guy. It was really good.
Okay.
I mean, outstanding. And he was at the house one time, and they wanted to go to karaoke. I said, nah, I didn't know they were such good singers, you see.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Suzanne had 2 sisters and a brother, so the 4 of them were the choir.
Oh.
Any church they went to.
So what, was it 4-part harmony?
Well, actually, it was my mother, my sister, and me. Mother, Sandy sang lead, mother sang tenor, and I sang alto. Oh yes, we have perfect pitch. We played, yeah, all the funerals, all the everything. We were it.
Wow.
Tom sang with you too.
But well, once in a while, the whole family would sing. We'd sing, "As for me and my house, we'll serve the Lord." Do you know that song?
I've heard
As
it, but
for me
we didn't sing it
and
very
my
much in
house.
church.
No, this was a special.
Yeah.
And the whole family would sing, and I had one solo part, and then everybody had their little, "But as for me and my house, we'll serve the," you know, so, you know, that was the one the whole family sang, but most of it, because my father was, you know, the pastor, so. My mother, my mother made me take piano lessons in case I married a minister, and we went to a little church, and they didn't have a piano player. I could play. And then she made me take accordion lessons in case I married somebody and we went on the mission field. I'm going to be on the mission field, carrying my
Do you
accordion.
still have an accordion?
No, I hated it. It's
Oh.
heavy. It's like flying that city, and it's like, ooh, no.
I had a violin for a little bit, but I never had any lessons. But I think I tried to learn Turkey in the Straw.
Do you know the song, "The Birthday of a King"? In a little village of Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Okay, it's very, whatever it was, Sandy used to sing that every Christmas. And let me tell you, the music that we had for me to play on accompaniment was just awful. I mean, I butchered that thing. She didn't even care. She just sang right on. And it's horrible.
Well, sometimes if
It
it's a
had a
good
lot of
singer, you can
sharp-
cover up any
Well,
mistakes.
she just kept right on singing. She didn't, and I mean, it was like every year, the same thing. You'd think I would eventually learn to play it. No, that was hard.
Mm.
No, she stuck with me.
I just printed out and did once or twice. Mary, did you know?
Oh, I love that song.
Isn't
Oh,
it
yes.
gorgeous? That is,
There's,
yeah.
there's a few
And
parts
he
that go a
was
little
singing
higher.
it just the other day. Well, we've got that little other piano over there on.
Yeah.
Is it still on the steps, or did you take it up? I
It
forget.
probably took it
I
up.
probably
If you
took it
don't,
up.
if you want to play
But
the Scott Joplin one, it's a little cooler, so you might want to bring a sweater down because it's like
Yeah, you're gonna.
4-degree cooler
Take
downstairs.
have a coat.
Maybe a coat would be better. I think I could find it in the. It should be.
I don't
in,
want to play it, but I'll listen to you.
Oh well, I can't play that, but I could try some other things. There's a book there I've got. I have to have it written down.
One of the hymns.
I did sing one time karaoke at Shiloh's wedding, first wedding.
Oh, good. What did you sing?
A song by Bob Dylan, which sounds weird, but it was
It
made
won
popular.
the Nobel.
It was made popular by Brooks,
Garth.
Brooks. And the funny story is, he said somebody said, "Hey, you got to try this this song. I think you'd be good at it." And they sent a recording from Bob Dylan, and so he's listened to. It's actually a nice song,
Yeah.
but it was Bob Dylan trying to sing it.
Well, tell her what the song is. And
Yeah. I ordered, of all the hymn books we ever had, I'd have none. I don't know what, I think they gave them to the Bible College in Greenville when Mother died. So I ordered a hymn book from Amazon. And I don't know what denomination it was, but it was a lot of them I don't know. But some of them in there, so I enjoy those, yeah.
These two that you saw here, I haven't even tried yet. I saw the one in a movie, but it's a song that was like from the 20s, and Paper Doll.
Does that have the music or just the words?
Just the chords.
Oh. No, I don't do chords. I got the whole sheet music.
So I'll sometimes when people want old timey music, I'll have that in my book, and then I'll learn this.
I don't know either one of those.
Yeah, and sometimes I try them and they just don't work. Somos novios, los dos sentimos nu amor profundo. But it has a possibility.
Mm.
That song that Dylan wrote, Hallelujah,
That was Leonard Cohen.
Leonard Cohen, okay. I just thought that thing was 100 years old, and I didn't realize that
Do you want
he
some
just died and they
strawberries
were
and whipped cream?
playing all
Yes.
his music that he wrote.
These don't have sugar on them already. So if you want sugar, I can put sugar on them. Or you know what? I think we still got some of these in here.
Do you like strawberry shortcake?
Yes.
My friend takes Bisquick and makes I forget what she does, but she just drops some little things flat and cuts them in half and layers them. Strawberry shortcake, oh, they're so good because it's got like
Really?
a crusty thing on it.
Here, we got these. So, do you want them unsweetened or do you want them sweet?
Well, let's try them.
Okay. That's unsweetened, and if you want, we can put sugar and or we can put some of
serve
these
yourself?
other
I can.
See how much you want.
strawberries.